The Texada Aerospace Camp runs for a few days every July on Texada Island as part of their aviation week. The hangar itself and everything in it, including the model airplanes and the library, has been carefully curated by volunteers. One of the most famous aspects of the camp is the aerospace wind tunnel and the Airbus Mark II, which is a full functioning flight simulator. My son got to experience this firsthand, and I want to show you exactly what he saw.
This is your parking brake. These are your start switches. This is the throttles, which are back for start. And I have the tailpipe temperature, we have fuel flow, and now we've got the propeller speed is coming up. We're heading straight down. Very gently start pulling back on the stick. Gently pull back on the stick. We're getting pretty fast. We oversped there. Okay, so straight and level. Let's pull back in.
Moving forward. I think we need one of these at home.
My son learned the mechanics of flight and airflow from the founder and spent a lot of time exploring their extensive library.
Okay, my name is Dobi Dobrostansky, and I've been doing this since 2009. And there's a group of us that actually got together, and we decided we would create an aerospace camp for kids, and we did. And this is a few years later, with lots of experience behind us, lots of equipment that we've built by hand, most of it, and the hangar there to hold this facility and give us some place to teach the kids without having to go looking for places all the time. And we have it here. We have room for all the equipment that we have. We have a place to give the classes, and we are also on an airport, which is really important to have all this stuff there. In 2009, Barry Lewis, one of the pilots from Texada Airport, came to me and he said, "I found something that might be of interest to you for your group and for the aerospace camp." And I said, "Well, what is it?" And he said, "Well, it's a Hulk a Hulk of an aircraft out at Powell River Airport." I didn't think much of it at the time, but a couple of years later, in 2012, he came back and he says, "Why don't we do something with that thing? It's just sitting there." And I thought, okay, well, let's go take a look. So we did. That spring we went out and looked. And all we had was this part where the windows are, and that was a part of an Embraer 120 aircraft, which is a passenger liner. That was just derelict, and it was filled with junk and old seats and pieces of metal, and the guy wanted to sell it, and he wanted to sell it for $500. So I thought, I better go and check on that. I don't know if we can have the budget for that. And I checked with Texada Arts, Culture and Tourism Society, and they allowed me to do that. We bought it, we brought it back from Powell River to Texada. And what we did then was we started looking at what could we do with it. And we decided we'd make it into a flying classroom. And then somebody said, "Why don't we seal off the two ends and put some lights in it and put a TV set inside, and we can show things to the kids." And then we got together about it another 2 or 3 weeks, and we decided we'd make it into a flight simulator. And from there on it started. We gathered people around us that were interested in helping, and it was one of the most important people was Sandra Sims, who is an electronic whiz, and she created the flight simulator and integrated it with a computer-driven program called X-Plane. And we built the nose by hand from drawings that I had made. A lot of people were involved in doing it because it took various specialties to be able to handle it, including carpentry work, and it included sheet metal work and people who could do stuff with metal. And then we created the tail end of it to make it look like a Hercules aircraft, and the tail and so on. If you look at the profile, it definitely looks like a Hercules and a DC-3 nose. So we succeeded in that. The first year we had it running, we had an enormous response, and we began to use it as a tourist attraction by going to different places on Vancouver Island and at Powell River to help bring tourists over to Texada Island. And it really succeeded. We became quite well known, and they already know that this is Airbus Mark II, that they can have flights in it. And so now we even have people that are pilots that are coming in from various airports from Vancouver Island and the mainland coming up here to fly it.
You can check out our full article on urbanmommies.com.